Good evening. Nice peaceful night here in Pinnacle Peak area. Had a great OTG event last night. It was kind of funny. We were our last couple videos we're talking about plant-based, and one of the guys we met with, his dad had gone through his second heart attack, and he's doing well, which is great news.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, but we were very impressed that his doctor recommended that he would move to a plant-based diet. And his dad was going to a plant-based diet. You talked to him more about it. But
I was so impressed, A, that the doctor recommended it, B, that his father, who's in his, I think he said mid to late 70s, and his mother both went 100% plant-based. I mean, it really was a life or death, option,
Right.
The way that the doctor presented it. And they just went for it, and it was so impressive to hear that, because there's resistance at any age, but obviously the older we are, the more set in our ways we are. So I was beyond impressed, and I've read Dr. Furman's book, and he will only take on patients who will follow his program 100%. He takes on a lot of patients that are in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s that go 100% plant-based and are able to cure heart disease, eradicate it.
No,
Why wouldn't you do it?
No, I know. And unfortunately, and I'm not expert here, so if any of you guys listening, if you've got other information, please let me know. But, Furman and this doctor, the reason why I'm so impressed is I think they're the exception, not the rule. I talk to a lot of doctors every time I run into them. We have these conversations, and they'll say, hey, Jeffrey, you're absolutely right. But at the end of the day, people don't listen. They just want to take a pill. They don't want a lifestyle change. Someone sent me a cartoon the other day. It was two ticket windows, and one said, pills, and the other one said lifestyle change. The line for pills was massive, and no one was at the window for a lifestyle change. It's just kind of funny, but that's the doctor's excuse that I talked to. It's like, hey, I'm tired of telling people, they're smoking and they're got lung cancer brewing, and if you keep smoking, you're gonna die of lung cancer. But they keep smoking, so they say, hey, I'd rather smoke. So I mean, it's the same concept. But
absolutely.
Anyway, that was interesting, because we just did the video on plant-based. To hear that was great news. But then the other thing that came out too, because the next thing is, once you get this whole thing down about what we put into our bodies, it's like, what are you putting on your bodies? And we're here in the sun. It's not the Sunshine State, but it's a lot of sun here, Arizona. And a couple of guys said, I don't use any sunblock. That stuff's like poison, isn't it? And Karen and I obviously went off on that. We've been having some fun with it, where we would put sunblock on the kids, and you go and put it on them, and they'd be fighting.
Hey, back up. My gosh, it's like we're putting poison on you.
Yeah,
guess what?
We were.
I
know. That's what's terrible.
We were. The sunscreen has hormone disruptors, which you're putting on children.
Yeah.
Never mind adults. They don't even have the choice whether you do that or not. It's terrible.
Right.
And carcinogens, cancer-causing ingredients. And we're told to put it on to prevent skin cancer. So it's so frustrating, because what we were putting on our kids was,
it's just the stuff off the shelf that you go to CVS or Walgreens like everybody else buys.
Right. But we were not informed, nor was the information readily available, that those products have carcinogens and have hormone disruptors, cause cancer, and are toxic.
Right.
And anything that you put on your skin is absorbed into your bloodstream. 60% is absorbed into your bloodstream within 26 seconds. So, when you're spraying that on your kids and they're backing up, they're doing it for a very good reason. It's toxic.
Yeah, it's like fight or flight.
Exactly.
Right. It's a flight method, right?
The good news, just like there's good food, whole foods, and bad foods, there are some good sunscreens that do protect you from the harmful rays, but that don't hurt the environment, that don't hurt the reefs and the oceans, and that don't harm yourself or your children or anyone that you love. So there are some great products.
Well, go ahead and give a plug. You've been dealing with Beauty Counter for a while. I know that's basically all we use, even on the road. We go to hotels. We bring our own soap and shampoo. And, you know, I'm not great at putting sunblock on, but I know that's a safe product. You know, when we're out skiing, I try to put it on as much as I can.
And we don't travel anywhere without bringing our own personal care products, not just sunscreen, because shampoos and body wash and soaps and, you know, lotions and wrinkle creams and body creams,
wrinkle creams, who needs that?
Definitely not gonna. But all of those products contain ingredients that that you really don't want to put on your skin. And you know, what really gets my goat is when you go into like a store and you'll see a product, personal care product, with one of the ribbons on it, whether it's a pink ribbon or a yellow ribbon. I love the fact they're donating funds, but they're also part of the cause.
Right.
So it's a terrible, you know, vicious cycle that they're you know, promoting cancer prevention right on a product that causes cancer.
Right.
And that really gets my goat.
Right. Where did that come from, gets my goat, anyway?
I don't know.
I'm gonna have to Google that.
Yeah, you have to
afterwards.
Google that. If you Google it first before you're finished with this, put the answer down below. Where did gets my goat come from?
Yeah.
But anyway, I will put in a plug because I have been, you know, touting this company for a long time. It's all we use. We're going to Costa Rica tomorrow. We bring all of our own shampoos, all of our own body washes, lotions, sunscreens, lip stuff, everything. And the company is Beauty Counter. And I'm very passionate about their mission. They are a B Corp. If you're not familiar with what a B Corp is, that is a corporation that has gotten certified to not only be for profit, but to be for the people equally and the planet. And so there are not a lot of B Corps out there, and I'm very proud to be part of Beauty Counter, which is a B Corp. If you're interested in any of those products, you know, private message me or message me down below, or if you have questions about them, you know, I can pop my link down below too, where you can go and shop. Anyone that's not shopped with Beauty Counter before, if you are going to place a good sized order of, you know, 100, I think it's 100 or more, I'll gift you a membership, which will give you free shipping. And I would just need to do that before you place your order. So private message me or message me down below if you're interested in getting some safe products that do not contain any harmful chemicals. And I'll add this one last.
You can we'll put the link in below this as well, so I can put it in the body of the message down below.
And I'll add this one last piece of information. In the United States, we ban, I don't know, it's maybe 20 ingredients now. That's it. Everything else is a go in your products. In Europe and the other countries, they ban over 1,500 ingredients that are known carcinogens that we allow. I just don't understand it.
Right.
Beauty Counter doesn't contain any of those carcinogens. So, and then they also eliminate a whole nother sector of ingredients that are just, they're not known carcinogens, but they're not known to be safe. So, you know, why take a airplane ride without your seatbelt on?
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
look at this beautiful dog here.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a beauty.
Yeah. Well, I got you off on a tangent with that.
Did.
So the point to the video was about, you know, last night's meeting, which was a great meeting for OTG. Some new great OTGers coming in. We're teaching people how to go live their best life. We still have to make money as we're out here traveling the globe. You know, so we're showing people how to do that. Great meeting, but I thought it was just interesting where we ran into someone who had a doctor that recommended plant-based when we were talking about it. Somebody else bringing up this sunblock thing. So I really think there are a lot of people that are kind of waking up, looking at things and reading labels and actually doing their own research. I mean, all this stuff that we talk about, it's like all out there. I mean, that's the beauty of this little thing called the internet that you're watching this video over right now. I mean, everything you want to know about is out there. You just have to do a little bit of work and find it. But, you know, I'm finding more and more people call it an awakening, call it whatever you want, as we run into them. They already know about this stuff. And, a lot of you guys out there, I've got a lot of business contacts that, once I started like opening up with all these things we're working on with Great Health, Abundant Happiness, and Outrageous Love, that project we're working on, Karen and I writing the book. It's been interesting to me, the business gurus and, top of the food chain out there coming out of the woodwork and saying, hey, I'm with you, Jeffrey. How did you do this, or how did you do that? Karen, can you help us out? I mean, how do we get there? And it's they're on their way. So it's not as much of a what the heck are you talking about look anymore. Right?
Exactly.
I think that's what's great about it. I guess that's what I wanted to share.
Right. I mean, it's becoming. I read yesterday that 2020 is going to be the year of the vegan, which I thought was.
Well, I don't know. I think might be a little. That's like watching Fox News and talking about Republicans, right? I mean, that article.
Well, whatever it was, the mere fact that somebody thinks that it's growing is so great. Whether the population of plant-based eaters is 1% or 10%. Some of the
well, it's definitely growing. You got like Impossible Burger and Beyond Beef. I mean, there's a reason why every fast food chain is putting that stuff in.
Right. So I was just saying is that no one would have said that 20 years ago.
Right.
They would have thought you're crazy.
Except they are
plant-eating hippie.
Right. Yeah. But there are some crazy people out there that make outlandish claims.
Of course.
That I mean, none of this stuff happens overnight. Right. And I guess it's just interesting to see. That
more and more people are embracing it, and they're aware of it, and they understand it and the value of it, and that doctors are actually letting their patients know that this option is your best option before any kind of medication. This is your best bet at eradicating heart disease, at eradicating diabetes, eradicating cancers. So that's really cool.
Right. Well, I think we should wrap this up because I think we're going to go home and make some dinner, a healthful dinner, and I can have my healthy wine.
Excellent.
All right.
Wishing you great health, abundant happiness, and outrageous love from somewhere in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Go ahead and just click around here and subscribe if you want to hear more of this stuff. But love to hear your comments too. Thanks, guys.